Hello everyone. My name is Dai Chi, and I will give you a lecture regarding the radiation and remediation activities. So, let's start today's lecture. Today's theme is Volume Reduction and Recycling of Removed Soil, Volume 3. Are you ready? Okay, with regard to the recycling of soil arising from decontamination activities, so far I have talked about current situation, specific approach for volume reduction and recycling, especially from technical point of view, as well as its progress.
Right, I think, this time, measures from the social point of view, to gain understanding for this project, as well as future plan will be covered. The project handles radioactive materials and covers all over the country, so understanding of a variety of people is necessary. But what kind of measures are specifically undertaken?
Well, for example, site visits to the Interim Storage Facility, which stores soil and waste arising from decontamination activities in Fukushima Prefecture, which was introduced in the previous lecture. As well as the visits to demonstration projects for recycling, implemented in Nagadoro district, in Itate village, have been implemented. In addition, in total, 9 symposiums, to ask people to consider this issue, were held all over the country. In fiscal year 2023, in around 50 high schools and universities, lectures with regard to the recycling of soil arising from decontamination activities were provided. Of course, in addition to the public information using internet. For example, information dissemination with influential people, so-called influencers, through YouTube, has been also carried out. Further to that, potted plants, using soil arising from decontamination activities, are placed in the offices of relevant ministries and agencies to try to build nationwide understanding for this project as much as possible. However, in reality, awareness of this project is still low, especially outside Fukushima Prefecture.
I see. I understand that a lot of measures have been taken, but it is still difficult to say that nationwide understanding has been already built, isn't it? Then, how will the measures for recycling be specifically promoted from now on?
First of all, with regard to the schedule toward the future, the national government plans to complete the development of basic technology, demonstration projects, and preparation for institutional arrangement for recycling of soil arising from decontamination activities, which have been explained so far, by the end of fiscal year 2024, that is, by the end of March 2025. Simultaneously, a review by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, for the recycling of soil arising from decontamination activities, promoted by the national government, has been also implemented. It is planned for the final report to be developed by the IAEA by around summer in 2024, and advice mentioned in the report will be reflected, with policy for the recycling of the soil, to be prepared by March 2025.
March 2025. This is the exact point of time, 20 years before March 2045, deadline for completion of final disposal outside Fukushima Prefecture. Can we say that we have still plenty of time toward the deadline?
I think that we can't say that we still have plenty of time. It will take considerable time for the selection of sites appropriate for the final disposal, coordination for transportation to the sites, and building nationwide understanding to complete the final disposal of such a large volume of soil by March 2045, while promoting recycling of the soil. Actually, the national government held explanatory meetings to implement demonstration projects for recycling of soil in other than Fukushima, specifically in Tokyo and Saitama. But it has not come to the point to fully gain public understanding, and at this point of time, demonstration projects have not yet implemented in other than Fukushima Prefecture.
I see. A variety of efforts to obtain understanding, including demonstration projects, have been undertaken, but it seems that it can't be said at this moment that this project has been accepted nationwide.
Correct. However, solving this issue is indispensable for the reconstruction of the affected areas. And this is the accident of the nuclear power station, which supplied electricity to the Tokyo metropolitan area. Therefore, this issue needs to be considered, not only in Fukushima, but also throughout Japan.
Right. I would like to keep myself continuously interested in the volume reduction and recycling of soil, and I would like to talk this matter to people around me, to encourage them to participate in the site visit to the Interim Storage Facility, and to consider this matter as their own issue to be addressed.
So, let me wrap up my lecture by providing you the key points. Today, first of all, I talked about efforts to build understanding for recycling of soil arising from decontamination activities. As examples, site visits to the Interim Storage Facility and demonstration project site for recycling implemented in Itate village, holding symposiums throughout the country, public information using internet, for example, by influential people, as well as placing potted plants using soil arising from decontamination activities were taken. And at last, I talked about an approach way forward for volume reduction and recycling of soil arising from decontamination activities. The national government plans to complete the development of basic technology, demonstration projects, and preparation of institutional arrangements for the recycling project by the end of fiscal year 2024. A review by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, has been simultaneously implemented, and advice obtained is subject to be reflected into the institutional arrangements necessary for implementation of the recycling projects. After that, toward the completion of final disposal by March 2045, the project will move on to more full-scale implementation of recycling. However, at this moment, it can't be said that awareness and understanding for this issue have been sufficiently spread out, so I emphasized that everyone needs to take this matter as its own issue to be addressed, and it needs to be considered nationwide. Okay, today's lecture is now dismissed. See you next time. In this channel, useful information regarding the radiation and remediation will be provided to you. If you like it, please subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to click the like button.